Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another Let's Play with author J.P.Edgar, where this guy plays some games he's never played before, and today we are continuing our spacey-like journey with Star Trek Resurgence on the PS5. The story's pretty interesting, if you haven't played it, at the very least, you should be enjoying the story if you're watching the stream, right? Anyway, without wasting any more time, let's get going. How you doing today, chat? How are you doing? All right, so I got an update for my beta readers. I'm about halfway done with the first pass, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it done by the end of the month like my original plan, but it's coming along. I have to rewrite a couple of chapters because there's just huge swaths of stuff that needs to be redone. That's all. But it's getting there. It is getting there, and I'm sorry it's so late. All right, how are you doing, huh? How are you all doing today? So far, this interesting story, dilemma-driven game has just been, it's been one of those things, Like, would you have chosen differently than what I've chosen thus far? It's just a lot of things going on.
Our coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
It's quiet.
How are your hands, lady?
Portal has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
Finished another customer book and sent it out. Still behind, but I'm trying. Keep it up. I believe in you. You got this. I did not pick up the transporter or the tricorder.
Whole planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
Probably would have chosen different things, but that's the fun part of these games. Yeah, I agree.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those iridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
Thanks for the obvious. What other things can we jibby-jab? The burn marks.
Burn marks.
The report mentioned phaser fire being redirected toward these strange crystals.
It also mentioned Portal calling down lightning bolts.
Better keep our guards up.
Zeus.
If I recall right, Geordi LaForge transported in here, hanging upside down.
I guess we're lucky we were spared the indignity.
It's one of those things, like, I kind of wish I saw this episode. That way I have some sort of bearing on what's going on.
Unusual, Commander?
It's all unusual, to be honest. We've precious little data on this planet, so brief was Captain Riker's visit. Anything he didn't see himself is a total unknown.
We deal with unknowns all the time. Part of the job.
I'm accustomed to dealing with the unknown from my station on the bridge.
Your chin's an unknown. Alright, what else we got? I think in terms of... Oh, no, don't activate this yet.
Projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
It gave me the option to quarter of the tries.
Move forward when you're ready, Commander.
Your hands are fine. I don't know why you were so... making a big deal out of it. I want to scan your scanner. Let's see. What have we got? So far, we don't really have anything. All right, let's holster that scanny bad boy and move on, right?
Follow me.
None shall pass. That's what I can mind. What ends here? I didn't scan anything. Stop pulling out your tricorder when I didn't tell you to.
Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
There was a path there a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
You know the explanation. It glitched. Oh, well, in that case, I guess I have to use the tricorder. You know what? No. I am not going to use the tricorder. The tricorder doesn't control me. It doesn't pay my sub. Scanning a scanner feels like dividing by 0.
Energy is the other Takan technology.
Most of the crystals appear dormant. What's different about this one?
Readings indicate there's a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We
Must
could
have
try
been sugar
melting a
without
hole through
brushing.
the wall with our phasers.
Worth a try.
Again, you take out your weapon. I'm going to holster that. Holster. 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 Why give me the option to holster if it doesn't let me holster? Sorry, I'm like, yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in.
Nothing.
I like I'm
There's
trying
gotta
too
be a
hard.
weakness. Somewhere it isn't totally solid.
All right, I guess I'm going to be forced to shoot something. So I might as well actually take it seriously for a moment. And it obviously has to be here because the camera isn't letting me go really much anywhere else.
Whoa!
I guess I'll ring the doorbell.
An illusion.
I'm sure that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
The crystals must be absorbing the energy from our phasers.
I'm picking up something. A biosignature. It's faint, but it's there.
With me.
So our task is to talk to this guy. Don't take any BS, but take BS. Got it.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
Crewman LaRue, if you would.
Dead.
Devolve to Resolute. Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical.
And not
Is
the
he
doctor?
okay?
He'll live.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Don't fire your phasers at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Pulses? 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 Work is forcing me to make a PowerPoint show to tell my graphic design projects. What? Use tricorner to find tetrametric crystals, then shoot them with your phaser. And, oh, I guess that's all I need to know. No tetrametric radiation. All right.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
All right. All I gotta do is a pew, pew, pew. Come on, phaser.
Commander!
Look at that.
Trust, but verify.
Indeed.
.com.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu 4. And I don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
Then that makes two of us.
Find more crystals to give off the tetrametric thingamajiggies. Got it. But first things first. See with the
I wonder
eyes.
if this place was always so lifeless.
See with the eyes, booze. See with the eyes. Shaw. Commander Westbrook. What does you and your
Aside from
chin
the
say?
breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet.
Chin's hospital.
Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Takan Empire.
Well, it's not that now.
No,
Now,
it could be.
it's a grave.
No, this could be a Death Star. You just don't know. We could be looking down the very chasm which leads to the ventilation shaft. And all we need to do is pick up the stone on that bridge and toss it down there. You like how I'm using Star Wars and Star Trek? Okay, anyway. No T. This crystal has 0 T, my brand. Look with your special eyes. That is an eyebrow-raising eyebrow. What say you, Commander Chinwook?
I assume you've noticed the bridge we crossed to get here is no longer tangible.
Ah, bit of a problem.
Ah, bit of a
Logic
problem.
prevails there's a way to get it back by finding the right crystal to phaser. I'm getting some faint tetrametric readings from inside that mountain.
Then I'll head over there.
And I'll stay here, in case the bridge decides to come back.
I'm gonna have to go on the mountain, the Brookback Mountain, or in this case, the Westbrook Mountain. All right. Never makes the Holy Scriptures. 0 T. Trek and war should never be within the same sentence. You say in the same sentence. All right. That's how you. Oh, criminy. So gonna run a lap here. Anything out of the order? Okay, I guess I have to check out the 0 T on this one. Actually, this one.
Good.
All I gotta do is a pew pew pew. See, when the thingamajiggy decides to beepity beep, when it goes bippity boopity, and I actually have to scan something, that actually helps. This has low T. That has low T. But does it tell me to scan something over here? Like what is going on?
Tetrametric.
Ah, that has good T.
Better go see what's different.
Well, there you go. That thing just popped up out of nowhere, so apparently the crystal has to be over here. So, John, how low are your T levels? Well, according to the tricorder, it's about as high as these crystals. All right, let's see. I'm going to start looking up because they like to put things up high. No T. Look, within your tricorder. That's what I'm doing. Thank you for telling me what I'm already doing. All right, I know you're looking in your tricorder, but look in your tricorder. All right, maybe something over the ledge. There is no ledge. There is no ledge. If there's something Baldur's Gate 3 taught me is sexy time to all the things. Did we just like teleport up here? We did not go up this high. Let's check the range of the thingy. The thingy has range, but it didn't do anything. That was half the joke. I've been lining it up. All right, it has to be over here somewhere. That's what I'm believing. I think I already scanned that one. No T. That is not a Mr. or a Mrs. T. What else? It has to be up on the ceiling or something. It has to be up high. It can't be down low because then I'll be too slow. I know, that was a stupid joke. As long as it doesn't spill the... Slowly walk over here. Unless it's actually multiple in the same gathering. I don't know, we'll find out shortly. Out of range. Because I can't fit through there. And I already pew-pewed that crystal. I feel like it's going to be in one of those clusters, so I have to kind of scan all the things, but it's not giving me the option to scan all the things. So I'm going to have to go with what it kind of... Because there's a thingamajiggy right there that I can scan in my bob, but it is out of range. Because it is an anomaly. It is an anomaly that is detected, but I cannot scan because it is out of range. And that I already pew-pewed, and she's not going to hop up here, is she? No. So... yeah, I have to be able to scan it from the small walkable section. I keep seeing these yellow things going upward and beyond, so I keep thinking it's going to be down low. I don't think so. I think it's going to be in that cluster. I think it's going to be in that cluster. Because I believe I have scanned everything else. Unless it's going to be, unless I've like idled over it, but like I kind of missed it, you know. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I want to, because on the bottom left of the tricorder screen is idle. But when I was overhead somewhere, it says anomaly detect. Oh, there we go. Oh, what a waste of time. But it says, like, out of range or anomaly detected. But it's going to be out of range, but I don't have any way of getting through anything because reasons. So it has to be within this small confined space. Now, where is it? There we go. Apparently, she wasn't able to exit from this spot. Are those all scientifically accurate names? Yeah, it is. I talked to scientists, and they said, yeah, that sounds totally legit. See, I see like a trail of green over there, but I don't think... That's a non-T anyway. I like how out of range is not accurate for everything. Because that was definitely out of range. I still think it has to be over here. It has to be over here. There's just so many things going on. It just makes sense. Because it's going to be a challenge for me not to shoot one of the bad crystals. That target, way the heck over there, was in range. But a crystal like right here was out of range. Okay. But anyway, we found the last crystal. Become a piece you can kill.
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
We'll make sure it's safe.
Everyone's wearing a red shirt underneath their uniform. Everyone's expendable. Star Trek, the corporate world. Stop going to the right. I want to look down the chasm. I can't. The camera's locked. All right. I guess we're going to have to keep going. What is with those plants? It's like the alpha channel did not pull through. It's just... Okay, Trekkies. Were the plants like this in the Star Trek episode? Because I think the plants are not registering the alpha channel. The textures are actually screwed up. Basically, if you didn't know, I'm pretty confident you did, but an alpha channel is a black and white image, or gray if you want it semi-transparent, but a black and white image where everything that is black is completely invisible and everything that's white is visible. And then they put on use it as a mask to cut out a shape inside a plane, and then they slap a picture on that, otherwise a texture. But I don't know if that's from the game or if that's from the episode. One thing I love about Starfleet is how chill they are. They've all seen weird types of crap, and they're like, oh, another powerful god like being, that's like the fourth one. They're weird space plants. Okay. I don't believe you, but okay. Those are just weird space plants. These plants look like they have alpha channels.
Incredible.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No. Not a match.
Put the tricorder away and look at those plants. Put the tricorder away. Look at those plants. Those plants are much more fascinating than these big T crystals.
Tetrametric.
Yeah, I just think it's a texture glitch.
Creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we have so far.
Only one thing left to do.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Duval to Resolute. Lock transporter on away team.
It's just, I haven't, okay. We just got a pew pew. All right. I did not hold it down for that long. Everyone else is guilty. I am not guilty. I am not responsible for the damage that was caused.
Amazing.
There's nothing like this in any Federation record.
The plans.
The alpha channel. It worked. They just think I went overboard.
Barbarians. It's him. How
I
dare you
am
disturb me?
an enchanter.
You had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Two fools.
In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time has passed.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tucan Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian? I am guardian of nothing. The Tucan no longer exist.
Asterisk.
Prepare to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
I'm surprised you don't know.
Let's call him out as
Your
BS.
powers, can't you learn anything?
I can, but you should mind your words.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
Again.
The Takan have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain. Now.
Draconian technology made it possible. To enable the transfer of consciousness from one being to another after physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Draconians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken
How's
after
that?
hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame.
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Takan. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside the mainstream. Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Takan immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come. You want to destroy these scions.
Help us find them.
You don't have to do anything except help us find them. If that's all you want to do.
I don't believe that.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula.
These scions have the Cartabula.
And they've used it as a weapon against us.
Those Alpha
I will
Channel
speak
plants are
with you
back.
alone.
What are you doing?
That blink of an eye stuff, it's always one of those things like, yeah, when people teleport, it's just a blink of an eye. That was kind of neat.
Where are we? Where's my team?
I knew it was coming, but it was still
Yes,
disorientating.
where we left them. That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply concerning. And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Rydick.
So you teleported us there, but you couldn't just finish the job?
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Takan. One dying, one dead. Our species could not be more different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
But I'm not alone in the Federation. I'm a part of something larger. Just like your Takan Empire was.
We are not the same.
Oh. I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Because she has space diabetes, and her kobold ancestry does not affect her stuff too much. I might have to...
Tell me, why spend your days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
So there are a couple of options here. I can either kiss his butt and kind of cater to and respond to how he wants, or I can still go with the Federation neutrality thing. But I don't think the neutrality responses are what he wants. I think I'm going to start replying a little bit more on a personal level in terms of this train of thought. That way, hopefully he can relate to it, and we'll go from there. And I believe that was X.
It's true, the Kobliad chose not to join the Federation when the offer was made. And I could have chosen to stay on my home planet, waiting for the next shipment of Diridium to arrive, biding my time and fearing for the worst. Instead, I chose to embrace the future, not fear it. Joining Starfleet gave me the opportunity not just to help my own people, but countless more. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartabula has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
Well, maybe information. He's giving you something to do, so you're not listening to him info dump. Yeah, fair, fair.
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Decon Empire. I left behind everything I know, and now you want me to turn against my own people. A betrayal of my oath, and everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Takan you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Takan name.
We faced these questions in my time as well. What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Takan plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Taconian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own. And at the price of a small few, think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake.
So here we are again. We're having a situation where it's like we have the infamous Spock, the need of the many outweigh the need of the few type of deal. In that case, the Takan, whatever, is insisting or suggesting that the needs of the many, which are the millions of on the brink of extinction species, outweigh the need of the few, which is going to be the destruction of so few that are in the present. So living out of fear, possibly. I mean, it's a tough situation. It's a tough moral qualm to really have to boggle into the skull of my thick-brainedness. So it's really I don't. How do they want us to reply? Let's take a look at the options.
I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may.
Okay, so blinked out of existence. They're wrong, and they had their time. I think it was. How do we want to reply? Blink from existence? I wouldn't necessarily say had their time, because that can be shot back in our faces like, well, this is the end of your time. Now it's someone else's time. Now it's time for AI to reign. I think I'm gonna go with blink from existence. I think that's going to be the safer route. I don't think I should be going very aggressive on this line of answering. Yeah, blink from existence. I think it was.
Have more to gain than to lose.
The Takan Empire is gone. It had its opportunity and proved unable to survive. There must have been a reason the Takan have faded to a distant memory. It ran its course. And those of us who are here now deserve to choose our own fate.
You said the Decon vanished for a reason. I cannot claim our empire was without sin. I'm curious to see these scions masquerading as true Decon. So I will go with you, and we shall find them. But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Decon. To understand their true intentions, for better or worse.
Good enough for me. That was my intent. As long as it's something like that. So, as is your right, I think it was. As is your right is kind of like the answer I'm leaning toward. Because it kind of is like, what are we going to do? Say no? This guy just be like, boom. He can VoIP everything out in and out of existence as far as I can gather in terms of his power levels. He kind of reminds me of the Q. Kind of. I don't think quite to that extent, but there's nothing we can do if you wanted to just wipe us out, because I believe in the episode, from what I've gathered from previous chats, This guy could have just wiped everyone out if he wanted to. So I think, as is your right, to kind of get that brownish color on the nose a little bit, so he help us.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return now.
Commander!
Fire!
Hold your fire. I'm all right. He's coming with us.
What?
We assumed the worst.
She's perfectly fine. Now then, shall we?
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
You shall not pass!
Whoa.
You broke your stick.
That's all I need.
The Infinity Stones.
Away team +1. Ready to beam up.
Okay. We now have a pseudo-godlike being on our side to help us track down a Borg ship with crystals that may or may not be there. Very, very interesting. You know, there's some dilithium crates that you can explode. The overload incident.
That's interesting.
Redundancy. If one goes down in battle, we can still operate.
Makes this more difficult, though.
This ship can maintain warp with half the cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Well, where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers, not engineers. I thought you would know what to do.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions, but not the intricacies.
Whatever. I don't know.
We'll do our part, you do yours. Anything that comes through that door, stop it.
That I can do.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
Like I said, dilithium crates and just put that bad boy next to the cores. Alright.
What are we dealing with?
Core 1 of 4 core powering the terminal. Output indicates each core alone could something. Okay, so I have to use the D-pad to scroll down. Terminal alone indicates each core alone could not sustain minimal warp. A harmonic infusion of at least 2 quarters would produce exponential increase in power. Radiation casing. Radiation resisting casing, protecting the warp's core matter / antimatter reaction chamber. I cannot walk around, so everything I need to scan is within this field of view. He needs to make up his mind if I can move things or not. It's giving me the option to cycle between. There we go. Coolant regulator. The thermostatic sensor relays temperature signals to the automated coolant valve controls. All right.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way to give it a push.
Bet that console down there could tell us a few things.
We're soldiers, not engineers. We hire slaves to build our ships. There you are. There you are. There's the console. I'm about to say, yeah, how did you get down here so fast? I heckin' fire escaped down that ladder, and here you are just yoga teleporting?
We need to make sure the Takan can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core
Rave.
injection. So the question is, how do we make it happen?
All right, we have quite a few controls to deal with. Okay, so we have safety protocols.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override. Cease matter, antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
Reactor status.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity. The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent. Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need to increase the warp core's temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection.
Well, they look
Let's
like
peel
poles.
these
Get
suckers
dancing.
open. I'll take that one.
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Takan will know we're here.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a stand.
Well, here's the good news. I'm at my best when I'm under pressure.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
You did not give a viable answer. 0 assistance on that response.
We might not have our tools, but our phasers can do this in a pinch.
A box in a box.
We better get this right.
Well, that was a very brief cutscene of them moving crates.
We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do if we accidentally crack it open.
There goes the galaxy.
Could be that bad.
We'll get it right.
It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in here somewhere.
There you go.
There you are. Time to heat things up.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Boy.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
You could have opened 3 panels, then gone to the next one. It would have been a lot easier. But I think now we're going to have to do the 3rd one under that pressure that he claims to be so good at.
Okay, same as before. We just gotta...
You just got to do a brisk jog. Daku. All right, so now we are going to be... Oh, there's someone right there. still a frustrating camera.
Go! Finish!
I'm getting used to it, but it's still frustrating. And Miranda's gonna come and shoot her, right?
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
Fine, I'll shoot him instead.
No!
Get the warp core done. or we're
Favorite
all
part of the
dead.
game, yeah. I also need to consider that some of these people will actually take more than one shot to dispatch. You're going to get shot, aren't you? Oh, leggy. What's the name? Incestia? Shoot! Shoot! Ah!
Warp drive disengaged. You did it.
You got that escape plan for me?
I think so. Itasca, can you climb?
It's fine.
I'll see you on the parade grounds of Sorella, my friend.
The answer is yes. Yes, you can climb. You still have a leg to be able to hop your way up. Like it's atrocious, but like I said, I'm getting used to it.
I'm right here.
Just getting used to it. Now that I've given it some thought, I've complained a lot about it. I'm actually a little bit better at it. Not good, just a little better.
Not you too.
Calm yourself, child.
See, in this case, it's like almost better to self-KO. Because now they're going to know all the things.
Wake up, Monko Umet.
They're French. Oui, oui.
Return to us.
Man, look at my leg. It's jacked up.
Rejoin the flame.
To reclaim what was lost.
We don't need to watch this.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca. Swear to me, you will join me in this.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Try to save her.
That's a dream.
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there.
Yeah, because he's got to be
Hope is
hopeful
what
for
you
his
turn to.
lady.
Nothing left you can do. And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
I got the little green circle. He approves. Stranger in the tub. Isn't
So
me
much
or
I want to ask you.
is the Guardian's
Yes,
head just a
I'm
little bit
telling you.
bigger?
I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only assume this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But, apparently not.
The Resolute is primarily a research vessel, if that's what you mean. Not a warship.
Although she has been known to hold her own in a fight.
Against what?
Pancakes. You should already know it's a research ship.
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tekon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary. Most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But that expansion came with its own set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge, and perhaps ultimately our downfall.
The Federation prides itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
We got Chodok, where the hell's name is.
If this is the best you have, then so be it. To locate this scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
Full access?
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here. Completely in my mind. Given this is merely a research ship, I won't be able to find him without it.
That's not your
Perhaps I should have
decision.
made that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
You're in space, you're not flying.
I'll see you on the bridge.
Yeah, it's a decision that she
Captain
cannot
Solano,
make, so.
I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tekon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
Kiss his ass.
I've learned it's a very prestigious position in Tekon society. Or was, I suppose. Not just anyone is selected for the role.
And fewer still are suited for it.
How impressive. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
Just a little bit.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Well, if you have two sides that you need to defend, you're defending one side, but the other side fails, you are not to blame, right? So that's kind of a moot point. He's kind of jabbing at the wrong parts of this conversation. All right. I kind of have time.
The fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you?
As far as we know.
Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. Clearly it's with the Tekon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties. To the Tekon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tekon. That's why I'm here. And if you be so kind as to give me access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
Kind of go neutral on
Captain,
this one, you know.
I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back on your pathetic little rock.
Captain?
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego. I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Commander Rydek, a word.
That's 2 words, but...
And to think, I waited 600,000 years for this.
You realize this puts me in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start, but now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
So, yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward the he's a Takan, not a Scion, because he mentioned that the Scions are just, you know, they're not part of it. His allegiance is with Takan, but it has been mentioned time and time again that he has the power, has or had the power or the capabilities of wiping out this ship anyway. So yeah, he's just a Takan, not a Scion. We kind of need the help because they kind of just voiped the crap out of us and they showed us mercy by not destroying us in the first place. And since he insisted on lying to Starfleet regarding the shield algorithms being compromised, we kind of need his help. So yeah.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Takan, and he may be loyal to the Takan, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason. To help him find our missing crew, Galvin, and those Elydian ships. This is the plan we agreed to with Ambassador Spock.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally. I can't afford another screw-up.
You screw up
Losing
the
ship
Federation.
algorithms was bad enough. This could be the end of my career.
Once again, he's putting himself in front of Starfleet, in front of command. He is putting himself over everything. And that is just not fitting, regardless of all the mistakes he's had. It's just, but she has to have his back because she's first in command. She is the first officer to the captain. So I got your back. I got your back, G.
Captain, you have my word. I will do everything within my power to protect you.
I appreciate that. It's not just my career on the line here. It's both of ours. I'm going to trust your instincts.
Screw you!
I just hope you're right. For both of our sakes.
I kiss your ass and you still give me a neutral reply.
We're good. You may begin.
I will, of course, have to make a few modifications.
What kind of modifications?
To find Taconian technology requires Taconian technology. If this Scion Gallivan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
He definitely does not have the power to do whatever he wants.
Really infinite in size and complexity. This may take a moment.
How long will
I
it
found
take?
something.
A moment?
There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Let him speak.
Someone is using Taconian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know. Rydick to Solano. I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
I'm getting all kinds of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the energy signature.
Where's he hiding?
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handar, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer. You always have my back.
No apology necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts, which were absolutely right.
Again.
Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do. What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Draconian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated my abilities.
Engineering.
Take care of the Draconian device, and I can find Galvin for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort to find Galvin's ship.
Hold on.
So we already know it's the crystal that lady placed, but she doesn't know apparently.
Is there another Takan on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvin.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship. Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
Do we have to scan his hair too?
There's a lot of noise in here. I should
Yeah,
scan
no
the
crap,
device
look at
with
that.
the most radiation to filter it out.
Just for men. Oh, just for women too. I see you have some gray in your hair as well. And look at all these gray sculpts. All right, let's get to it. Let's go hunting. Oh, can't go jogging. I have to do this by foot. Looks like it's going to be on the bottom. Are you not going to go down? Okay. Maybe it's the other side. Can't run. At least jog. Do I have to scan the core itself? Maybe.
That's better. Most other radiation sources in here are well contained. There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Okay, so I have to go to the other side. Now go as slowly as possible. We are in a hurry. We don't want you to trip and fall and like make your space diabetes any more spacey. Oh.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning out the tetrametric radiation. I need to find it so I can filter it out as well. Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go. I'm getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
All right. Let's see what we can see. There it is. It's right under her hair. Beacon of beakiness.
Found it.
Excuse me, do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes, You know, it means a lot that you remembered. What, are you doing back here? I don't mean to pry, but first officers don't usually go digging around engineering compartments.
It is technically need to know.
Sorry, it's not something I can go into.
Right, of course. Forget I asked.
There is one thing you can help with. Have you seen anyone else?
Oh, so angy.
Out of the ordinary. Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around. I'm here almost all the time, but maybe someone else noticed something?
That would be great. Just be discreet about it. I don't want anyone to be alarmed.
Discretion is my specialty.
Not according to that little angy symbol you gave me.
Already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylis?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
Everyone is sus. Did somebody go down one of the vents?
Maybe Tylis saw something. Tylis, can I speak to you for a moment?
Of course. Is something wrong?
We need to speak in the bathtub.
Something happening. I may need your help. This is important.
How can I help?
When you were in engineering with Dr. Duvall, did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Or anyone?
Not particularly. Why?
I found this, hidden in a compartment down there.
That's Taconian technology. Does that mean there's a scion on board? But Dr. Duvall bioscanned everyone. Every deck, every crew member. I've seen the logs. She couldn't have been more thorough.
Could be someone evaded detection, or it could be Miranda. That's the thing. It's one or the other, but there's so much. Like, they could have infected someone else. It kind of was Miranda because she was given one crystal, but that was much more than one crystal. That's why I'm thinking it could have been someone else.
One evaded detection and planted that device.
Which would mean they've been with us this whole time. Watching, listening.
All the more reason why we have to find them.
It could be anyone.
That includes both of us.
You want me to get scanned? Better to know for sure, right? I'll admit, I was around the Scions as much as anybody.
Now it comes to the whole trust issue. Do we want to upset our girlfriend? Do we want to say, no, we don't have the time? It's one of those things. But obviously it has been made apparent that scanning doesn't do anything. There's no point. Unless they have some way to detect it, scanning won't do anything.
We don't have time for this right now.
Okay. Then what do we do?
Whoever planted the device most likely did it within the last few hours. So I'll start by running a scan, tracking everyone who came through engineering over the last day, in reverse order.
This could take forever to sort through the number of people that were in engineering.
Non-engineering, I think will work.
Filtering for outliers. People who don't work in engineering.
That helps.
Oh, I'm gonna have to kind of do this eventually. It's gonna weed it out.
This list with everyone who's traveled to Hotari.
Now this is manageable.
Because duplicates are kind of irrelevant. There's people going in and out of engineering all the time.
I'll filter out the duplicates. Let's see who's left. No, this can't be right.
What?
Of the people that went to Hotari and visited engineering, it could only have been Captain Solano.
And not the other two names?
He was here while you went down to Delphi Ardu 4. Which would have been the perfect opportunity. And no one would question him. He's the captain.
He fits the profile for the kind of people the Takan want to bioform. People with authority that can lead to them gaining more control.
Like Galvin? The Queen?
The captain of a Federation starship. What happened when Dr. Duval bioscanned Captain Solano?
That's just it. She never did.
How is that possible?
Something more urgent would always come up. There was nothing she could do. But performing a bioscan is the only way to be absolutely sure.
That's not going to be easy. First thing I need to do is get this device to Portal.
Be careful. And good luck.
I'll need it. I've found the device.
Prison pocket.
Interference is gone. I have located Galvin's ship more precisely. He's in the Usonia system.
So then it worked.
This whole region was one of the most sacred for the ancient Takan. What many consider the birthplace of our civilization. See these comets and planetoids in the outer
One's name is Haley.
Based on their current trajectory,
people drink the Kool-Aid for it.
And legend tells us it's the location of what was once our largest arsenal. Not that we needed it in the late stages of the Empire, but it was there as a precaution nonetheless.
We have to somehow intercept him. How long till he arrives?
Oh, he's much too far ahead of us. We'll never arrive before he does. If Galvin and the other science secure the arsenal, they will become extremely dangerous. My people had such power at the height of the Empire. The Takan were as gods, keeping absolute control over countless worlds. I must speak with them directly. However, the presence of this device is worrying. It's highly likely it was placed here by a scion hidden among your crew, and it is unlikely this interference device was the scion saboteur's only trap. If we reach Galvin and the saboteur cripples your ship, we will be at their mercy. Even my powers will not be able to protect us. Do you know who it is? They may well do more damage if left alone. Time is not on your side.
Just leave that to me. I hope to resolve it soon.
The longer you wait, the more time we lose.
Yeah, but that's speculation. Can't really point fingers at the moment.
So rare at the time of the Empire that I am not able to detect if it has taken place. Whoever you suspect, proof is something you will have to provide on your own.
I'll have it. Once I've bioscanned the person I suspect. I just need to visit Dr. Duval.
That's quite the claim. Last time we spoke, you said Solano was perfectly fine.
I wouldn't be asking you if there was any other possibility.
That would explain why Solano has been too busy for a bioscan lately.
As the ship's doctor, you have the authority to declare him unfit to serve.
If you're right, this is the worst case scenario. Challenging your own captain is a tall order. Are you sure you're prepared for this?
Kind of have to be.
That's it. The end of your career.
So it's just one of those things. It's like, we got to back up the captain, but he's acting sus. All he has to do is get the bioscan and he's cleared. Busy or not, you kind of have to. It's just one of those things. So we have absolutely yes, absolutely no, and something else. I think I'm going to go in the middle, kind of. But if I go in the middle, it's going to kind of. It might be a hint of unhappiness towards the doctor. But if you're too confident, it sounds like this was your plan all along. So I think I want to go with.
Maybe your life.
I don't know if I would be on my own, but with your support, I'm sure we can do it.
That smooth talking may come in handy. I'm in, but we can't pull this off with just the two of us. I technically have the authority to make Solano undergo a scan, but in reality, he can and will refuse to do it. We need at least another member of the senior staff to support your claim, or this could all blow up in our faces. You better think long and hard about who you can trust.
Whose butt did I kiss the most? The blood of battle.
Down to one reactor. Thought we'd be stopped dead. At least stuck at impulse power.
The Decon enhancements must be able to brute force limited bursts of warp output.
Yeah, but they won't get to wherever they were headed at this rate. They're just limping along now.
So where does that put us?
Maybe I can answer that.
I think Chinny Chin Chin might be one of our best bets. I'm thinking about the who do I trust thing. Okay, there we go. I was like, can I not duck? There we go. All right, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Oh, there we are.
I got the ship's heading.
They've changed course. Drastically.
Looks like they're headed here. Usonia system. They might stop there.
Can we use the Zeldy's comms to signal your fleet?
Comm systems are locked.
Grab hold!
R2. I pushed R2. And D2.
The inertial dampeners can barely keep up. If they keep forcing this ship to make these short warp jumps, they're going to tear it apart.
Zeldy is still made by a Lydian hand, despite all this Decon corruption. We'll hope.
We just gotta stay safe until Starfleet can find us.
She's playing solitaire.
Your people. Is there somewhere you go when you die?
Life after death? No. On my homeworld, some people think they can cheat death in a way by joining with the Trill symbiont. But that's not a life to me.
What about you? Is there another plane of existence for you? With every passing battle.
I think there's just no way for us to know what happens after we die.
Really?
Maybe there's something more, maybe not. But I can't discount the
I don't know exactly what previous
prove a negative.
episode stated.
Then maybe you can understand this. My people have a special journey.
Of course.
When Lydians die,
Rated him.
we rejoin our comrades, family, and ancestors.
On the parade grounds of Cirella?
That is just one part of it, but yes. Death is not the end for us. So, even if some part of Itasca remains, by letting the Deccan use her body, at best we are delaying the inevitable next step for her. At worst, we are leaving her as a prisoner in her own mind. You want to save the transformed. So do I.
Now that I've seen it happen, does it make me a hypocrite to say he has a point? What if we can't get them back? We can't leave them like that, right?
I think Itasca would want to be released.
You're still trying.
She could be going through right now.
I know it's awful to think about, but if they're still alive, we can still try to help them. We lose that option once they're dead.
I had a sister, a twin. It's very rare among the Trill.
You never told me that.
She was one of the youngest hosts to ever join with a symbiont. A sentient creature that lives in our body. It's considered a great honor. The symbiont can bring centuries of knowledge and wisdom to the host. But sometimes, the symbiont personality suppresses the host entirely. My sister was the closest person in the world to me. I knew she would be different after joining. But she drew more and more distant. The room we shared growing up was foreign to the both of us. And eventually she, or whoever she'd become, cut me out entirely. So I left for Starfleet and swore I'd never go back. I couldn't stand the thought of seeing her. Someone who looked like my sister.
It's just one of those things. I'm going to go with triangle because it says you should still look at her or should go meet her or visit or something like that, but they may be somewhat gone, but if they're trapped, willingly or not, seeing them, it's just one of those things. It's like if it's a mutual possession, I'll say for lack of a better term, maybe like, or like, for example, like the multiple personality deal, the, I don't know what they called it, the symbiote, whatever the entity possessing, could be like, oh, well, you've been a cool host, so here, have control for a bit, and they can chat. They can chat. That's what I'm thinking. Also, I'm trying my best to save because I suspect that this might be a sort of a hive mind situation. Take out the queen, not the queen of the Hotai or the Ho or the Hoagies or what the heck they're called, but like the central nerve, and it'll free everyone else. That's what I'm thinking. So that's why until we get information, I can't say we give up.
Sounded like her.
You should try to see her again. When all this is over. Maybe things have changed for her after you've been away for years.
I couldn't go back. Not now.
You remind me of Itasca.
The Hoagies. Yeah.
Bonds are not made by what runs through your veins, but the blood you spill together. Itasca was my family in that way. I want you to know there is nothing I won't sacrifice to win this fight. But if we're lucky enough to survive, I'd be honored if you'd count me as one of your tribe.
You are way too tall.
Even a couple of engineers like us?
I'll take you up on that.
Same here.
Yeah, you haven't earned our trust yet. You're too tall. You have not dunked yet.
What is this place?
Is that the Veskar?
Another one of yours?
Not anymore. They've corrupted it, just like the Zeldi.
Now there are two ships. Did this just get better or worse?
It certainly doesn't bode well for the crew of the Veskar. So many lives stolen.
We're really at the heart of this fight now. We just gotta figure out what we're gonna do about it.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like the Aphelion. What are they doing here?
You don't think they're just meeting their buddies?
Maybe, but then why are their buddies here?
Prepare for transfer.
Prepare for transfer.
The storm. It's back.
Never trust the tallies.
Hold on. Scanning.
Scanning.
Astrometric radiation is dropping. The Zeldi's dropped to minimal power levels.
It's running off just the one warp core now.
That means
They've sent the Cartabula to that other ship.
Mutiny on the Resolute.
Something wrong, Captain?
No, nothing's wrong. In fact, I was just going to call for you. I'm needed down in engineering. The bridge is yours.
So, how do I know how much people like me? Is there like a thingy? There's no buttons I can push. It's not giving me like, maybe it's like their expression. Oh, he big mad. Oh, he's super mad. She happy. Yeah. So it looks like the person with the biggest smiley face is going to be her. Okay. I guess we're going to talk to Lady. Is that her right there? Yes.
Lieutenant Bedrosian, a word, please.
Yes, Commander. What can I do for you?
Listen, the captain may have been compromised.
What?
I have every reason to believe he has been bioformed and is now actively working against us.
Hold on. This makes no sense. Did Portal do something to you?
I'm dead serious. Someone is sabotaging the mission. They planted a Taconian device in engineering. Captain Solano was in engineering while we were on Delphi Ardu 4, and he purposely evaded Dr. Duval's bioscan. He's not Captain Solano anymore. He's a scion.
This is all speculation. What if, giving him the benefit of the doubt, the captain was in fact just too busy to get the bioscans done? This is all speculation. It's like, he needs to get this done. We need to make sure, because someone, not actually full on accusing the captain, because that's the mutiny part. That's the mutiny part. I do not agree with how she's phrasing this.
Which would make you captain. So you're saying you're taking command of the ship? Because if you are, that's one hell of a bold move.
Given the dangers, he needs to be tested. Exactly. But she straight up said the captain is compromised. Not could be compromised, not there's someone sabotaging, we need to get him tested. He's the circumstances fit, like everything's in place, we need to weed him out. We need to, it's just how it is presented is not ideal in any shape way or form. That is definitely not the way to go.
You better be absolutely sure you have your facts straight.
As first officer, it is my duty and responsibility to protect the interests of the ship and its crew when the captain has been compromised.
I get that part. I read the manual. But without proof, you're talking about mutiny.
I have Duval's support. We're going to ask the captain to undergo a bioscan. When he refuses, I need you to back me up.
Back when we were on the shuttle, you chose my safety over the lives of a dozen Illydians. I've wondered again and again if I deserved that. If you made the right call. But if it's why I'm here now, able to help you save the Resolute, maybe the whole Federation, then I'm glad you did. So, my answer is yes. I'm with you no matter what. When do we act?
Now. Dr. Duval is already on the bridge.
All right. I'm ready.
now or never.
Captain Solano.
Commander Rydek, we need to talk about... Doctor? What brings you to the bridge?
Just a bit of housekeeping. You owe me a bioscan, Captain.
I don't have time for that right now.
It will only take a moment. I can't put this off any longer.
You can, and you will. All you'll find is that I'm quite reasonably under stress given the circumstances, and you aren't making it better. I'll find you in sickbay when I'm good and ready. Or, if you're gonna stand in the way of the mission, I can find you in the brig instead.
It's merely protocol, Captain. All officers that touch alien soil have to be bioscanned.
I know the protocol. It's not more important than chasing down these Draconian marauders.
Commander Rydek is right, Captain. We all have to follow the rules.
What is this?
We need you to comply with the scan, Captain.
That's enough. Drop this. All of you. I'm giving you a direct order, Commander Rydek. Stand down and go back to your post. Now. Do not make me tell you again. I've been a starship captain since before you were in the academy. I won't stand for this.
This is for your own good, Captain.
Yeah, he can be pissed off all he wants. He did not comply with the bioscan.
This is for your own good as well. Security to the bridge. Arrest Commander Rydek. Take her to the brig.
On what charge?
Conspiring with the enemy and mutiny.
Get back. Give her a chance to speak. Let's hear what she has to say.
That's enough, Lieutenant Bedrosian. Step aside or you'll join her in the brig.
No.
This is not Captain Solano. He's been bioformed. He's a scion.
You're out of your mind.
She can prove it.
So I guess I'm just gonna huck it. Like, what's the goal here? Oh, do I have to just select that? Okay.
He sabotaged our efforts to track Galvin with this.
That's still speculation.
He planted it in engineering while we were down on Delphi Ardu-4.
Lies! Perpetrated by the only Takan in our midst, Portal 6-3. He's actively trying to divide us from within.
Captain Solano has refused to be bioscanned because he knows it will reveal he's a scion.
Take her to the brig, or I'll do it myself. Oh!
Wait! Stand down! That's an order!
What is the meaning of this?
Everyone hold until we get answers. This cannot happen on the bridge of a Federation starship.
I can prove I'm right if you just give me a chance. If I'm wrong, then I will face the consequences.
Yeah, sound reasoning.
If you're wrong, there's no coming back from this.
I'm going to settle this once and for all.
He's probably not, though.
Commander Rydek was right. Captain
Ooh.
Solano has been compromised. He's been bioformed into a Takan.
Da, da, da.
As the Chief Medical Officer of the USS Resolute, I am relieving Captain Zachary Solano of command.
Take him to the brig.
It would have been a twist if it came up negative. I was actually expecting the negative because it almost seemed too on the nose.
I don't know what I expected, but not this. I can't believe I shot the captain. I don't think Starfleet likes it when you do that. Even when you're right. It doesn't look good.
I didn't see it coming either.
I didn't have time to think. I just had to act.
That's an expression.
Sometimes your gut instinct is all you have to go on. We're all safer for it.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, 2 out of 3 are big mad. And now you report the breach in data to Starfleet? Now you report it, right? Now you report it? He just heckin' shut up. Oh, there he goes again. Look at him. He's just all over the place. All right. All right, well, let's get this over with.
Set course for the Usonia system. Maximum warp. It's time to face Galvin.
And
yes, Commander. Sorry.
And you're
Captain.
going to inform Starfleet, right?
On your command.
Engage.
And you're going to inform Starfleet, right? Criminy. Well, that's quick.
We're taking fire! Red alert! All hands to battle stations. Shield status. Set to maximum, but with the algorithms compromised, they may not do much.
Captain, that other Elydian ship is here.
The Zeldi?
That was really quick. What happened to we're not going to make it in time? They have too much of a head start. What just happened? Or are we not at that the Palisade? I mean, they will get to it. Chat's exploding up over here.
We're outnumbered.
Captain, your orders.
Evasive maneuvers.
Aye, Captain.
The Vescar's warp engines are powering up.
Warp engines are offline.
That must have been their goal. They didn't want us to chase the Vescar.
According to my readings, they also took the Cartabula with them.
They're not breaking off. We have to destroy the Zeldi before it destroys us.
Diaz and Edsalar still over there?
They'll need to evacuate.
Come on.
I almost have it.
They gotta know we're here. Hurry. You got it?
Got it. DS to Resolute.
We read you, Diaz.
This is Ermot. It's good to hear your voice. Is Edsalar? Is she with you? Everyone wants to know.
Who's Edsalar again? I don't know who Edsalar. Okay, well, let's see if I can actually. Oh. Okay, that's Edsalar.
Yeah, we're both here. We're both okay.
Very good, Petty Officer.
Get us out of here?
I can't transport you out while the Zeldi's shields are up. Our phaser fire won't even get through. Is there another way off that ship?
We'll find a way.
Whatever you do, you'll have to be quick about it, because we can't give you much more time. We can't evade the Zeldi forever.
Understood. Diaz out. We're gonna have to get out of here the old-fashioned way.
Lydian ships have no escape pods.
We can leave out that cargo bay we transported to before. But then there's the vacuum of space to contend with.
Those freight containers. Maybe we could use those to make an escape pod?
Is that even possible?
We're gonna make it possible. Unless you have a better idea.
Let's go.
I've polarized the hull plating. That should allow us to take a few more hits.
There's one.
Enemy phaser impact dissipated. Heading, Captain?
All right, so we're going to stop this for now, primarily because I have a feeling we're going to be going into something that's going to be spanning a bit, whether it's the ship combat, which I don't know if they actually have ship combat, or even like going to the cargo bay and stuff like that. But yeah, we're just going to stop for now for the day. It's just I suspect there's just going to be too much coming up. So I think now is a good time as any. I was kind of waiting for the chapter marker. That would have been a good spot, but it's being stingy. It's being stingy. So I have a couple of events coming up. I'm going to put them on the website. I do need to update the website. I definitely need to put the events on. I need to update the Facebook page as well. But I have some events coming up. I'm also going to give some updates on the book. But I'm about halfway done on the first pass for my beta readers. But like I said, I have to do a lot of rewriting. Not necessarily because it's like this time it's not plot holes. It's just I want things to be more sound. I want things to be smoother. I want it to flow better, stuff like that. So I've been working on that. Like I said, it's not gonna be ready before the end of the month, unfortunately, but it'll get there eventually, right? I'll get there eventually. But that just about does it for this episode. If you enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, notifications, follow, comment, thumbs up, ring bell. I don't know, whatever. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook. I don't know, whatever they all want you to do nowadays. It changes all the time. Like, I can't even keep up. It's the same thing, but it's always different. But anyway, check out my website, JPEdgar.com. Got books, my blog, my merch, and my stream schedule. And just a reminder, my live stream and my library are separate channels, and those links will be in the description. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming in, making fun of me along the way, but just enjoying the ride with me through this ridiculousness that is Star Trek Resurgence. I almost said Resurrection again. Star Trek Resurgence. But anyway, like always, more ridiculous to come.